relationships. It's not always about you. It's about the other person.
Perfect. Okay, so to go ahead and get started, I've actually been looking into your site for a while, and I'm actually really interested. I loved your About page, how you were telling people, you need to network, you need to get out, you need to talk to other people, and just introducing yourself. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that and the work that you do, and maybe a little bit about how you got started, too.
Perfect. So, yeah, I'm Jossif. Actually, how I got started is I've always been interested in entrepreneurship, and I've been active in incubators and with startups here in Sweden as well. But how the podcast interest started is from listening to other podcasts out there, which is many. But I found that something was missing. Sure, there are 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes episodes, but I saw that missing part of shorter episodes, and that's where I saw my chance to get started with podcast. And what I'm focusing on is actually relationship marketing, because I think the relationship that you have is the most important ones.
Right, social networking,
and it's
right?
Always,
yeah,
exactly, and both online and offline, because who you know is actually related to how far you can come when it comes to success in a business or in life as well. And that's what I'm pushing for both entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs.
That's so great. A couple of things. I'm a huge fan of podcasts. I mean, I can geek out a little bit when it comes to podcasting. I listen to them all the time, and I'm a fan of so many, and I actually started listening to yours. And I think that what you said there really rang out to me and really resonated, because you're right, there was something missing, and your podcast did feel like it filled it in, because I really loved that you're just pulling, information from other people, and they're giving advice, and they're all so great. When I was listening to your podcast, it was wonderful. So I really like that you're doing podcasting. I wish that I was in that field, so kudos to you that you've already jumped on that. And yeah, I really like your social networking approach. And I feel like that it's really important for other people. And so I feel like you're doing really good in that space. Going on to the next question, if you could pursue any hobbies, job, or career that you were incredibly passionate about without the worry of money, what would it be?
Well, actually, I've been doing sports for the whole of my life, as long as I can remember, from soccer to basketball. And now I'm actually going to the gym, working out 4 to 5 days per week. So that would actually be it, because I love working out, taking care of my body. I feel better. I can think of whatever I want and just have a good time, working out, do what you love, and be free in mind.
Wow, so you would actually go outside of the business world and actually just go into sports.
Exactly. Sure, business is what I do, and that's my passion. But working out and just to train, that's something I love. That's something I've grown up with. As I said, I've been working out and doing sports for as long as I can remember. And without that, I can't imagine how the days would be.
That's actually really cool. That even though, because for me, my business is everything to me, other than, my son. But to me, I wouldn't want to do anything else. But I love that you're doing it, you're still loving it, but, you would probably do sports, which is still pretty cool. And that kind of bleeds into my next question. So even though you aren't doing sports, maybe there is something that you are doing now that's making you happy. So I guess the question is, what is your passion or purpose in life right now?
Right now I would probably say, if you remember Nokia, the phone, I don't know if you had it over in the States, but in Sweden it was a really big phone company, and their tagline was connecting people. So if I can use that, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but that would be it. Because, as I said, connecting people, the relationships that you have, they're so important that you're actually nothing without them. And if you stop building relationships, then for me, you stop growing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I completely 110% agree with that. Who you know kind of builds your business, and it's everything, which is why I love the space that you're in, because it brings a lot of benefit to people, especially if they learn how to really utilize that, which is why I loved your site and some of your blog posts that I actually read through. So when you found out your passion and your purpose, which is, networking and reaching out to other people and getting able to make that social networking happen for you, what was your aha moment, or like that moment that you just knew that's what you wanted to do?
To be honest, it was events and conferences.
Yeah,
to meet people, entrepreneurs who has maybe another passion from what I have, but to talk to that person about his or her passion and to see the feeling on their face, how happy they are, how passionate they are. I think that's great. That's one of the best things you can experience actually when it comes to marketing and building relationships. So my aha moment was part of that, but also, as I said before with the podcast, and I couldn't find anything that's shorter than maybe 20 minutes episodes. So if you can relate those two, that would be it actually. That's my aha moment.
Very nice. I love that. Especially because once again, I completely agree with you. I love reaching out. I mean, that's the industry that I'm in, right? Helping others find their passion. Yeah. And there is nothing better than just helping them find it and just seeing them not only grow, but just having that initial moment of being, wow, this is for me. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. Do you feel the same way, that it's just so thrilling to see those people have that moment of greatness that's about to... Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I love that you said helping others with their passion. Because I said before, right relationships will help you grow. But it's not about me. It's always about you. It's always about the other person that you want to make to feel happy, to show genuine interest in, and to help them in any way you can. That's how you build relationships. It's not always about you. It's about the other person.
Yeah, that is so true. I've noticed with my business Passion and Pension Twitter account, I'll have people recently, and this is kind of off tangent, I guess, but they'll follow me and, I'll follow them back, be like, hey, thanks for the follow. They'll message me, tell me to go to a sales page they have, or tell me to go check out their site, and then they will unfollow me. I just think that blows my mind. And personally, I'm like, all right, that's great. I mean, good luck with your business, but I don't want to be involved in that. Personally, I agree with you. It's totally about the other person. It's completely about how they need help and what we can do to help them. I love that, how you put that. So going into the next question, and I love this part because I'm a huge fan of quotes, but what is your favorite quote?
It's actually a quote I stumbled upon, I think, the last week or so. But I really love it. I can really relate to that one. And it's the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary.
Oh, wow.
And that is so true, because if you don't work hard, you won't get anything, especially success. So that's really true, actually. And I think many of us can relate to that as well. It got a lot of tension after, I think, in the TV series Suits. Harvey Specter, I think, it made it really popular.
That's a really cool quote. I've actually never heard that before, and I absolutely loved it. So moving forward a little bit, I am a big fan and a huge believer of always having gratitude in my life, because I feel like without gratitude, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much revenue, how much income, how many sales you make. If you're not grateful for what you have, what's the point in having it? So my question to you is, what is one thing that you are the most grateful for right now?
First of all, I have to agree with you. If you're not happy with what you're doing, there's no point with doing it. So, and I think what's common with many entrepreneurs is that we follow our passion. And that way we are happy with what we're doing. Maybe we super successful, maybe very successful, maybe not so successful. Doesn't matter actually, because if you do what you love, you don't have to be super successful in what you do, as long as you're happy. And what I'm happy with right now is that I do what I love, which is great, but the support that I get from my family, the support I get from my friends, from my followers, my tribe, and all the people around Box of Inspirations, and it's so great, and it's a feeling to have the support from all the people around you loving what you're doing.
So basically, the thing that you're probably most grateful for is that support.
Yeah, for doing what I love.
I completely resonate with that. That's so, so true, because I know that sometimes as an entrepreneur, it can be a lonely world. And, sometimes you can feel like, is what I'm doing right? Should I just give up and go back to my 9 to 5? And I totally agree with that. The support team it's important, especially for people who, want to be their own boss and be on their own and work for themselves. So that is perfect. I absolutely love that.
For sure, when you're feeling low, when you have doubt on yourself, am I doing the right things? And it can be an easy thing. Maybe I upload a picture today and someone emailed me and said, wow, that's a great picture. How did you take it? Where did you find it? And small things like that can really flip the whole negative thing to a positive and give you extra 10% power.
Absolutely. I feel like it can completely change your whole perspective, even on life, not just business. Because I feel like people, even when they're the poorest of the poor, and I've been there, and I know that lots of people have been there. I don't know if you have, but when you are, low on income, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because if you're grateful for the few things that you do have, then the rest just doesn't matter. Absolutely love what you just said there. I feel like everything that you've said, I've not only completely agreed with 110%, but I really love what you're doing. And I've told you before that I've been looking into some of your website and listening to your podcasts. And I know that your Twitter is your last name and J, is that right? And I'm not going to pronounce it again because I just don't want to embarrass myself or offend you. So I'm going to go ahead and link that up underneath the video. So those of you who are watching this later on, you can look at it in the post that this is linked to. And then not only that, is there anything else that you're working on right now other than boxofinspirations.com? And you also have your Twitter account. I'm sure maybe you have a Facebook as well.
I do, and it's just facebook.com/boxofinspirations.
Perfect.
Super easy. And actually, the podcast is my main focus at the moment, but I have a few things coming up for you guys. An example is a virtual summit on how to build a relationship when it comes to marketing.
I like that. Is there one thing, if you wanted people to go to, the one thing that you feel like would give them most value out of all of the work you're doing right now, where would you have them go?
That would be to a blog post on boxofinspirations.com. It's over 3,700 words on how to build valuable relationships when it comes to marketing the right way. So it's really an in-depth post on how to do that, and I hope you enjoy it.
The right way. That's perfect. I love that. I will go ahead and I will link that in the post. And I think that our viewers will love to go ahead and read to that. And then not only that, hopefully, they can come to your site and feel as much value as I have felt through this interview that we've had.
It's a real pleasure to be here on the show with you, and thank you.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun, and I actually feel like I learned a little bit too. Yeah, but so very, very last closing, what is one parting piece of advice that you would give to the viewers that would not only, motivate them, but also inspire them to follow their dreams as you have?
The one advice I can give is start right now. And I know this is, everybody's talking about this, everybody's telling you to start right now. There is a better moment to start than right now. And actually it's so true, because I don't believe in perfection, because for me perfection lasts for about 10 minutes or a moment, and then you always want to improve, you always want to change something. An example is a website. You build a website and then you want to change that. You're looking around on the web and you're seeing better websites, and you want to include something on yours as well. So start out do what you can right now. It doesn't have to be perfect, even for a moment. Just start out and do what you love.
Perfect. Start right now. There you have it. That is so fantastic. Action is definitely key, especially when you're chasing your passions, because you can let it sit there forever and ever and ever. So I love that. Take action. I feel like that is the best piece of advice anyone can be given. Thank you so very much for being here with me. I absolutely loved it, and I feel like it's going to bring plenty of value to not only my readers, but also your viewers as well.
That's perfect, Ali. And as I said, it's a pleasure being here, and you're doing something great, which is awesome.
Thanks.
And if you're loving it as well, that's perfect.
Thanks. Quick question. It's Jossif, and is it Elefteriadis? Well, I hope that I'm not making a funny face on my frozenness.
No, you don't.
When I saw your last name, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to say this.
I'm from Greece, but I'm located in Sweden. I'm born and raised in Sweden.
Really? You're in Sweden right now?
Yes. Elefteriadis.
Oh my, okay. Elefteriadis.
That's good.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that.